You're tuned into the import-friendly Sega Saturn channel. This week I'm having a look at Dynamite Deka, which is actually Die Hard arcade in other territories. This is based on a 1996 arcade game and didn't come home until 1997. This is actually one of my all-time favourite Saturn games. It's a total hidden masterpiece on this system. It really is. Many people would say, "Oh, do you remember playing Die Hard on the Saturn?" And they could be describing Die Hard arcade to you, and you think, oh, Die Hard Trilogy didn't play like that. So Saturn's quite unique in the fact it has two Die Hard games, which are totally different to each other. This one is very much like a sort of 3D Streets of Rage type title. We spawned a sequel on the Dreamcast, which was Dynamite Deka 2, or Dynamite Cop 2, because it didn't have the Die Hard license in the West. Right, so you've got Dynamite Deka and Deep Scan. Deep Scan's like a little mini arcade game, I suppose, called Sega Arcade Game, that's on here as well. So we've got a bit of a story going on here. What you instantaneously know about this is that actually there's no differences between the Japanese release and the releases in the West, aside from price. So this is perfectly playable. The voice acting is in English, so it's easy to follow what's going on. The gameplay itself doesn't really need much in the way of sort of any text prompts or anything like that, but what it does have, as you can see in the top right corner, it says press start for player 2 to join. Also, when you pick up an item like the sort of life up, it does actually say life up. And it's very, very English friendly, this game, so you can pick this up for a fraction of the cost of the Western release and thoroughly enjoy this. It's such a fantastic game, and in my view it's one that should be in every Sega Saturn owner's library of games. It's just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Graphics are great, sounds great. You've got sort of like QTE sections on this game as well, where you're sort of running around pressing different buttons like jump, punch and kick and whatnot. There's a massive variation of moves on this as well. You've got your punch button, you've got a kick button on B, I think, and the C button does a jump in the air. You pick up a magnitude of different weapons and also use the scenery as sort of weaponry as well, should you feel the need to. Here's one of the QT sections I was talking about. It's going to probably ask me to kick this guy in the face. Yep. So you press the corresponding button as quick as you can, and you either get success or failure. If you get failure, you have to fight the guy who you sadly didn't kick his head in, or else you just continue moving down the hallways. Right, okay, so we've got some enemies here. I'll try and show you what sort of the environmental impact is on this as well. It's very loosely based on Die Hard, this. You do take the role of John McClane, naturally, but it's not massively to do with Die Hard. You've got a few Nakatomi logos on the floor every now and again, but other than that, you'd be hard-pressed to remember this is actually a Die Hard game. It's just in the same universe, I suppose. So, when it comes down to it, does it get my recommendation? Yeah, it thoroughly does. As a good game and also as a brilliant import game to get as well. It's about 20 quid versus your PAL version, which is around about 50 quid, and I think your USA copy is even more of this game, but fully worth it. What you can do is you can catch on the previous episodes that I've made of this show, which I'll do a link of. Sort of just this video is coming to an end, and also it'd be great if you could subscribe as well, because I want to cover other lesser known Saturn games in the future, and stick with it, you might see something you don't know about. See you later.